Going on to my Sagittarius. How y'all doing? So you have the Eight of Swords, Three of Cups, Four of Cups, Six of Wands, the Devil, the Temperance, the Judgment, Three of Wands, King of Pentacles, and the Five of Cups. The King of Pentacles is showing up a lot. Okay. The Temperance showed up, which is Sagittarius. Congratulations, congratulations. The Eight of Swords, Three of Cups, Four of Cups, that's interesting. So the Eight of Swords, the Three of Cups, and the Four of Cups is you Sagittarius are doing more okay, y'all are doing more approaching. Y'all are going after the type of people that you find enticing. You will begin to speak to them. A lot of you Sagittarius are not waiting for it, because the Eight of Swords and the Three of Cups represents people being chicken squat, being too scared to come over to you and say something. So you Sagittarius are like, oh, forget this. I'll go over to you and say something. So y'all push the pace. Hey, what's up? How you doing? You want to hang out? So now the ball is in their court. What they gonna do? Are they gonna show up, or are they gonna show and prove? You know what I mean? The Six of Wands, the Devil. And I'm just seeing how you got to be careful for doing that. You got to be careful because, okay, because like I said before, the eight of Swords is about them being hesitant or being chicken squat to come over and say something to you, right? The Three of Cups is that it represents being at an outing, wherever you are, just being outside, right? Wherever it is, outside of your house. Let's just say that. The Four of Cups. And you're not afraid to go up to them and say what's up to them. But the Six of Wands is that this can work. Because if you go up to them and you say, hey, what's going on? How you know, and you're like, hey, let me give you my number, or let's exchange numbers. I would, like I said before, I would more say give them your number, but you know, the watered down version of that, if you want to make it, you know, the watered down version of that type of stuff. Because see, the most elite people go, hey, I'm gonna go ahead and give you my number, because it cuts through the nonsense. Because if you say I'm gonna give you my number, now it's if they refuse it, now it's okay, you in the game. You know what I mean? And they can't act like they're not in the game immediately from there. If they accept it and they give you a call, then yeah, they like you. You know, because you don't have their number. So there's no way that you would even text message them or call them or reach out to them, because you don't have their number, right? You only gave them your number. You never got theirs. But the Six of Wands is like, okay, I'm going to give you my number, or let's exchange numbers. And they're like, okay, bet, let's exchange numbers. But now the Devil card here represents, so since this is the case, you have to really pay attention to the type of interactions that you're getting, because, and this is what the Devil represents. This represents that you could rush into a situation too fast with somebody where you putting in most of the work, and those people are all too happy to just sit back and allow you to do all the work. So you Sagittarius have to watch out for, again, you can approach. There are advantages and disadvantages to both. You can approach, but understand that, watch those people to see if they reciprocate. Don't just allow them to sit around and you Sagittarius benefit them. They don't provide anything to you that has substance, but you're just providing and giving stuff to them, just giving over to them, okay? Because then it could become a parasitic relationship. The Temperance, which is Sagittarius, so you did show up in your own reading. This is a reminder for a lot of you Sagittarius to use that wonderful knowledge that you have now and that wild nature that a lot of you have to keep things interesting, which is the wild nature, but also pay attention to what's going on around you so that you don't get caught, which is the human part of the centaur. Because the centaur is part human, part horse, right? So the wild nature of the centaur is the horse, and the intelligence or the higher understanding is the human part. Now, that's amazing if you know how to use that, right? I'm not going to sit up here and act like a centaur or use Sagittarius are trash. That's not what I'm going to do. What I'm trying to say is that these are the animalistic natures of the species, right? So this is what Sagittarius represents, the animalistic, that fight between those two sides, right? The animalistic side, i.e. the instinct, and the side where, you know, we want to act like we're civilized and ordered, right? And both of those two things now have to come together. Sometimes that can make a volatile mix. But the point that I'm trying to make here is that you want to harmonize those two sides and figure out a way to marry those two sides of yourselves so that you can start to get the answers that you want, so that you don't get tricked as often. Because what happens is you Sagittarius end up getting here. You end up getting into terrible relationships with people because you're running into it and you're ignoring the problems, the not flaws, the dysfunctions that the person has. And what you're not doing is you're not paying attention to what's going on around you enough to realize that they're dysfunctional. And even when they bring you into nonsense, there's no kind of cap, like there's no kind of maximum amount of nonsense that you're willing to take. Like there's no ceiling for how much it is that you're willing to take to go, oh, okay, this is above my ceiling. I'm get up on out of here. I'm bouncing, because you're doing a little bit too much, you know. And there's that's my dog, but there's hey, come here, my love, come here. Okay, there's a maximum. She's under my feet, but there's a maximum amount. My dog is right here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Yo. Man. Love ya. I love ya. All right. So there's a maximum amount of nonsense. And this is what I mean when I say tolerance. Y'all may have heard me a lot of times talk about patience and tolerance, right? Well, patience is understanding opportunities and what's going on around you. But tolerance, like I said, is that ceiling and that floor, that understanding of how much you're willing to accept that you don't particularly like from the other person. Now, all of us have to have a certain amount of tolerance for the other person, right? For everyone, right? But that's what xenophobia is. Xenophobia is basically when you don't have an acceptable amount of tolerance for a particular group of people, right? But this is the thing that a lot of you Sagittarius end up getting yourselves caught up on, which is why it is a lot of y'all are getting the devil card today. Because this shows and proves that one of the problems that a lot of y'all have is y'all will be in a particular situation where y'all will be with somebody and let them run you through the mud. And then now a lot of you Sagittarius, y'all get jaded and y'all start trying to be only the stallion, only the mare. And y'all are totally lost in your own animalistic instincts. The horse, you don't use the person. And that's what can mess a lot of y'all up. Totally. It can mess a lot of y'all up. You know why? Because now you're not paying attention to this part. The angelic side. The side that has cosmic awareness. Because again, a lot of you Sagittarius are smart. I'm not, again, I'm you know, I'm not going to sit up here and make it seem like you Sagittarius are dumb. But the problem is you need to apply that intelligence. See, a lot of you have book intelligence. Like a lot of you have book smarts, but you need to start implementing that book smarts and translating it into street smarts. How, i.e., that is how you can apply that book smarts to street intelligence. How can you actually apply that type of knowledge to something that it puts food in your mouth, it feeds you, it nourishes you, right? It gives you what you want. And this is what the temperance represents, that you have to be mindful of. Don't just hang around people that are on some nonsense. And then you have the judgment. Sorry, this stuff is in gold, so I'm just going off the pictures at this point because it's so golded out. But but the judgment represents and the judgment in the Three of Wands. Yes, forget about always looking out there. Think about what you have to do step by step to get to that worldly idea of what you think love is, right? Start small and then get bigger as time goes on. And essentially put to sleep any kind of scenario that is dysfunctional. Remember, keep an open mind. Pay attention. Yes, pay attention to the bigger picture, but also pay attention to your role and what you're doing in that picture, right? This is New York. Then you have the King of Pentacles and the Five of Cups. The King of Pentacles and the Five of Cups is also remember what's important to you. Remember. Don't be out here trying to get to know people and they're trying to get you to forget about what's important to you. And yes, is this going to rub certain people the wrong way? Absolutely it is. But at the same time, this will be better for you because you don't have to think about first and foremost, you don't have to think about the heartbreak of when the two of you are not together. Because see, I'm gonna tell you like this, a lot of the heartbreak, part of the reason why I have the ability to get up and to move forward from relationships or potential relationships or would-be relationships or something that I was in was because I have an understanding that eventually I have to move forward. You understand? Like, I can't just sit around and cry and do nothing. I have to take action. I'm still alive. I'm still here. Just like you, Sagittarius. You're still alive. You're still here. So every day that you wake up, that means that you got more work to do. Every day you wake up, that means that you have a lesson to learn, right? Whether it's some days you should rest, that could be your lesson. Or some days you should do this or whatever, or X or Y or Z, whatever it is. And remember who you are by remembering what's important to you. That's how I'm able to move forward from people who are trying to waste my time. Is because, like I said before, me personally, I know that there are very few things in this world that I care about. I care about the things that I care about. But those things and those people who do not align themselves into the things that I care about, I don't have time to really care too much. I can care, but I have to form a detached relationship to those things. And that's the situation. That's the secret to it, honestly. You know, that's one of, I ain't gonna say the only, but that's one of the secrets to it. But what a lot of you Sagittarius do, why you experience some of the pain that you experience, is because you form a very close, attached relationship to those individuals. to those scenarios. And now you spend a lot of your time after that, even when you're in the relationship, trying to figure out how can you set the relationship back, right? Reset it and go back to square one where things was good. And you got to understand that that was the entry. These people put their best foot forward because that was the entry. So let's clarify some of these cards now. If you're finding value within this reading, then it means it's time for you to come get a personal reading from me. Please keep coming through and getting these readings. It's how it is I continue to build upon this channel. Y'all don't want me to stop, right? So once you click that link in the comment section, it'll be the pinned post, right? Go to the website and you'll have ways in which you can financially support me, from the books that I have that I've written myself that are on Amazon, yes. My Instagram page, you can follow me there. Clothing store, tarot reading store, all of that. My website. Thank you, I appreciate it. If you need help setting up a private tarot reading, you can contact me at Kareemspiritworks@yahoo.com. All right, so let's clarify the King of Pentacles. Ten of Cups, Strength, King of Cups, Four of Wands. Yeah, you're not gonna, you may be, from now on, you Sagittarius understand that, or you will understand in the future, that you can't stop. As long as you are alive, you have to keep moving forward. And that, yes, you can be experiencing some form of discomfort, but at the end of the day, you still are here, you're still alive, you still have to become better, right, for yourselves. The King of Cups, the Four of Wands, and you're not going to let anything or anyone get in your way, and you'll just learn to manage that discomfort better. Yeah, pretty much. But then let's clarify the Five of Cups. Then the Page of Cups, the Knight of Wands, the Seven of Wands, and the Six of Swords. So what I'm seeing here is that, so to clarify the Five of Cups, you have the Page of Cups, the Knight of Wands. So this is about, yes, other people are still going to be delusional, but again, that's what they're doing. That shouldn't be what you're doing. You shouldn't even take these people who are delusional very seriously for future preferences, for future tense, okay? Seven of Wands, Six of Swords. You're different now. You're completely different. And in the future, you're going to understand what I'm talking about when I say you're different. But you'll see. A teacher should never teach their students everything. There's things that the students will have to learn and experience on their own. But that's pretty much it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video as well as the channel. Share it with your friends, your family, share it with everybody, with as many people as you possibly can. Share it at work, I don't care. Share it like Mr. Beast. Shout outs to Mr. Beast, by the way. But I'm trying to make my YouTube channel grow to 10,000 subscribers. Please, I don't understand why it is that you haven't subscribed yet. If you haven't already, smash the subscribe button, smash the like button, hit that notification bell, set that notification bell to all so you can be notified whenever I drop my video.